Today's topic is politics, straight up local politics between the JLP government and the People's National Party. Opposition government. Well, opposition members of parliament. You can't be opposition government. A government is one that's in power. So, if I just opposition party waiting to be a government. Now, you know, say since 2007, things changed. Labour last election 2019, 18. And they've been under power from 1988 till 2007. Like almost 18 years out of power. And Labour come in 2007 and last 2011. They only do one-term government. And a lot of them thought that they was going to do two-term. Then the PNP come back in 2011. And PNP lost the election and a partial similar 2016. One-term government, no, the Labour come back in 2016. Now we almost into a general election now by 2021 next year, February. That's the last month them can wait to call an election. So what's it going to be for Andrew Holness now? A one-term government again and PME come in this switch and go and come. Well, change come with changes. Well, before we talk about local government, the present election now, we have to go back in a time when Labour then come in 2007, you know? Make us skip something, but 2011 when Pasha removed Omar Davis as the finance minister, and she put in Peter Phillips, who's now the PNP party leader now. Yeah, I used to talk about those stuff on Facebook, you know, before it happened that she should remove Omar Davis, because we know that's a vital key point for she as a strategy. You know, to the satellite airway, because even when I was saying this, I never care about JLP. JP didn't care about me 2011. From JP coming power, they didn't care. Because them too much in a love thing. And then bad mind me. So I used to run with them, but I run what I wanted to vote. I didn't run with the crowd of Labour supporters, voters. I run with it to the media. Read newspaper and watch TV and I can discuss the topic. That's how I run with Labour politics. I never run with crew. Which Labour listen can say them know me. 100%, I know me good. They know by my face, I know who I am. So I like to clarify in Lindsay St. Catchy, me not run with Labour as how people make it look. I explain myself, you know. I run with the politics. Never know the people there much. You know what I'm saying? The caretaker. But anyway, so when I talk about on Facebook, write that part that she remove Omar Davis, I didn't write that she go win, you know. But me know that was a strategy. And certain thing you know, right, because people study your Facebook page and them judge you next year, so it was hard. Anyway, because when I write on Facebook, there's the people judge me, the instigating one them. And it's always the instigating one that I'm around. See the difference? So that's how it goes. So she ended up removing him anyway, and it was a key figure in the national debate. Because when Peter Phillips went up against Ali Shah, there was no talking about Omar Davis mismanaging the money and mash up the economy. So there was no leverage for him. So it was a smooth debate. Ali Shah did look better still, but what I'm saying, Peter Phillips did good, but it was no bringing up the past. Because that's what Ali Shah always do. Funny was an opposition to him turn Minister of Finance as a government leader. So anyway, the JLP last election in 2011. They only had one term. I didn't care. So when I write, I have to build my name. So we're going to skip all of that now. I don't have no strategy for Andrew Holness to stay in power. I do show no have no strategy for Dr. Peter Phillips to win power. I don't care. But anyway, so we don't know if it's going to be a one term or a two term, but that's for them business. But you know, the coronavirus take effect in Jamaica from March. JP government been doing good with it, you know, so they've been handling the corona case very well. But I think give them respect for that, even though they get criticized, but no government no perfect. The coronavirus is a worldwide thing, you know, and the economy now is reopening now, so and still people is getting coronavirus stay away. But there's a lot of mismanaged money them say took place during the coronavirus thing. And was it worthwhile? Using so much money for to sanitize. But before the coronavirus money that TV talk about, mainstream media, because I only can express myself on the white man social media, you know. So mainstream media could never put me on their program to discuss what party I like or why they support the JLP party. They don't want that. They never want that. But I never chased them to be on their media anyway. So before there was the Petrojam scandal now. with Andrew Wheatley, So that was from 2017. A lot of money being mismanaged and overspent. And by watching the TV the other day, all angles, them show the real thing. And it look a weird. But in Jamaica, people say links get you a job. You don't have to qualify. Because they say people work at Petrojam, big oil company or whatever. Some of them didn't pass the test. Some weren't qualified to work there. They weren't qualified and they got the job. And this is a link from brother-in-law to brother to sister to cousin or whoever. So it look hard, but when you look at it, it could be just a link. So I'm not gonna say it's a scam thing because sometimes we hear journalists talk, we understand because some of them vote for PNP and they will make Labour bad worse. And some of them work for the Labour will make Labour look good. But me analyze it, links is links. You get a link to a man, I want you to work there. I don't know if the link was about them giving out the money. I don't know. The member of parliament, Andrew Willis, said him innocent, but you have to take some responsibility because you are the Minister of Energy and you responsible for those oil plant or oil company. So that's how I go. You have to take responsibility. But him saying innocent, that's being business. If it's a criminal case, that's what the opposition PNP is saying, that police is going to dig more, then they should face the courthouse. They should face the judgment. So a politician don't go prison in Jamaica. When they go in front of a courthouse, they always be the case. But, so why? Maybe because them serve the Queen of England, they just don't want to go. They always buy the case. And maybe because they about the lawyer. When they call themselves QC, Queen's Counsel, QC, the acronym for it is Queen's Counsel. And when I heard, when I first heard about Queen Counsel, I like, when there's a Queen Counsel like, people say those are big liar, Queen Counsel, them study and this and them study, but they say Queen Counsel is just like any other liar, but they just use that acronym QC, make you look at them so special. And when people lack education hear them, they will say a big liar, them boy there. While the next liar who don't talk about being a QC, is just as good as him or probably better than he or she was bragging on TV about their Queen Counsel because the journalists saying these things. So, it's just another thing. So, and in the media, they talk about removing the head of state, the Queen of the head of state. That was something Bruce Gordon was the first one to talk that when he became the Prime Minister in 2007. But it was just a front. He didn't proceed with it. Then when Pasha was opposition, she talked about it, that she would do this and that. And it was a big thing across the media. But when she came to power 2011, she didn't do it either. She didn't bring up the topic about removing the Queen. But Trinidad and Tobago, they removed the Queen. Trinidad is a majority Indian, but it didn't make a difference whether they were Indian or black. They came to a common cause and they removed the Queen as head of state. Jamaica can do the same, but Jamaican black Christian, they are more sellout. And they practice love too much, that sexual love. So they become weak. And they talk so much about Marcus Garvey there for a year, but just a bag of talk. They don't study Marcus Garvey. The Governor General, he speak for the Queen. And he ain't from England, but Jamaica is a colony of Queen of England. I don't know if Jamaica can be a colony of England by removing the Queen of head of state and still remain a colony. But you got to get some politics. You got to be political here. If Trinidad can do it, why we can't do it? Jamaica was one of the most rebellious slaves in the Caribbean, even more rebellious than the United States of black Americans. But Jamaica didn't win the revolution. Haiti won the revolution. That's what made Haiti go on top. And Haiti defeated Napoleon's army. See, Napoleon made his name, left Europe, France, because he was a nobody in France. He went to Egypt and defeated the Muslim. And that's how he got his name. That spread from other Egypt to Europe. So when he went back to France, now he led a new revolution and he won. And he wanted to install back slavery because slavery was abolished out of Haiti by the previous government of France. But Napoleon reinstalled Haiti. And the people in Haiti said, no, that can't work. So they organized, then Vessa, whatever his name was, Tours and Overture, and they organized. Well, Denmark Vessa, I think that was his name. He won the revolution. It was the Tours and Overture. Tours and Overture gave himself up to Napoleon army, and he died in France. Vessa, he carried out the revolution and won to defeat Napoleon army. That's why Haiti been through so much of a political curse because, Napoleon was so famous, but here comes some slaves or free people that Napoleon wanted to bring back as slaves, restart slavery, and they said that can't happen. Now in Jamaica, the Maroons was runaway slaves. When England took Jamaica from Spain, they released the slaves, or some of the slaves got away, I heard, and they became the runaway slave. They was very rebellious. They were deadly. So the England know he could. The colonizers couldn't beat these Maroons, runaway slaves. So they gave it a peace treaty in the 1700s, and the Maroons signed it, having their own land, like in America. The white man, the Christian, he put the Indians on what he called reservation. And the reservation, Indian don't pay tax. And if a slave run away from off the slave master plantation on this reservation, I guess he's okay there too. But he's still a slave. He's just not free. He been enslaved in America. Indians bought slaves because to work with us black man, you had to buy the slave. So there was a lot of slaves on the reservation. Getting good treatment, some was getting bad treatment, but under the white man pressure. Anyway, so back to the politics now. Jamaican Christian black, I gotta call them Christian black. I can't just say Jamaican. They're not intelligent up here. They're not brave. As though they talk about Marcus Garvey being this and that because he's dead. And they could connect with racism because that's what they like to talk about. Racism when white people used to do this. But present, they're not doing it to remove the Queen. Now, the Governor General speak for the Queen of England. The other day they talk about the relic he wear. A white angel and a black devil, which they say is about the black people. Yeah, but he speak for the Queen so long, and he know that. See, these people don't make a change; they only coward. One time I spoke about removing the quota farm because I first heard it from a Christian preacher man. He was complaining about the alligator, but when I went to research it, this thing come from slavery. 1800, the Queen gave it to Jamaica. I think he gave it to the white people, the governors, and then they upgraded and put the Indians on it as a gift to the Indians because India was here first. Then they upgraded about 3 times to 1962 when Jamaica got its independence and upgraded there. But it's a white colonization gift to the Indians. So Jamaica need to change it. We need to have our own quota farm, not just remodel, change it. That quota farm should be a history in Jamaica. But Jamaica with so much intelligence and craftsmanship, but Christian government, I don't know if they brave to do it, afraid like, may not know, but they're Christian. But like I said, Trinidad already removed the Queen of England. And Jamaica are biased against Islam. Because even when the PNP was in government, when a Muslim was coming from Trinidad to Jamaica, the Minister of Security was Peter Bunting. And the Muslim came to Jamaica and landed this plane. And the minister stopped him and sent him back on a private plane. Because he said he don't want that Muslim to influence Jamaica militancy. This man wasn't come to influence the militancy in Jamaica. I think it was Farrakhan was at the National Arena. And he was come to see his brother, Farrakhan, or his Muslim brother. I don't know if they're bloodline. And Peter Bunting refused that man to come off the plane. All he's saying, that man can't bring militancy. Militancy? So what does Farrakhan bring? Preaching? If this man is not even popular like Louis Farrakhan, and you didn't stop Farrakhan, but you stopped one Muslim, so I don't know. But I think we're just more than that. He couldn't influence people, but Peter Bunting did that one. Yeah, but when you're in government, you do what you want to do. He was the Minister of the Defense. The Minister of National Security. But so back to the politics now. We're enlisted as what they call me scripturally. Ever since I made my name for Hurricane Katrina and a satellite, only the white man media could talk this. The American white man social media could put this on it. So enlisted, I tried to get work from the JLP government to work on election when they came in power, and I couldn't work there. The caretaker gave me the job, but when I went for the job, I don't know. Labor make it look like I have to run behind them. But I got the job from the PNP because I went to the PNP office. They call it the electoral office in Lindsay, and the PNP gave me the job. And they know I'm not They know I'm not PNP because they didn't talk that up there. But they say if I work in Lindsay, it would be like too much influence. So we have to go work in Banbury district. So getting up like 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 walk. Couldn't work in my own community where they talk so much about me, scripturalize me so much. But I give them respect, they gave me the job. The labor, they feel I got to run them down. When the caretaker, Sandra Nisbet, already gave me the job and said, go to our office and talk to the people them. Go to our office and sign, I think I had to sign my name, but attitude went there, I saw, I couldn't see myself begging in for some jobs. So I just went about my business because Sandra said, go there. Everybody went there walking. I couldn't just walk in, I had to stay out there. Also, like I have to ask somebody for them to lead me. And I see people going. People went there and just went inside the door, just open door. But me, I had to stay outside and wait first. Like, I'm different, so I went them backside. So I went to my yard after I vote. I mean, I already went vote already. But anyway, so I give the people respects. And one day police, that's when I really understand that Jamaica, the Queen is the head of state. And when you sign the paper, it said the Queen of England, you're serving the Queen of England one day as a police. So the army serve them and the governor general speak for the Queen. But so removing the Queen of England now, I guess that's a future thing for Christian politicians. Or they're just scared. But anyway, so back to local politics now. You got a lot of money missing. Like I said, so we don't know if it's going to be a one-term government for Andrew. Because, like I said, I don't care if Andrew win. I don't care if Andrew lose. I don't care if Peter Fritz come in. I am still up back. I'm not running down politics, and I'm not going to discuss it with people. Say whoever. Call a lot of Labour like when I talk politics. Yeah, they're just like chatting. They want to see me like I could give them a lift. They could crap them, but that's those instigators and those who don't care. So I don't see why they want to care about. But they know as time goes on, they have to drift away from me. Right. So let the best. I just hope there's a political debate. Okay, in 2016, we didn't have a political debate. Pasha said to me that the Prime Minister, Andrew made a comment about her about crime or something. So she wanted Andrew to apologize. He said he's not going to apologize because he didn't say nothing wrong. So she didn't want to do a debate. And she ended up losing the election. And debate is very interesting because that's when you really see the outline, what strategy they're coming with. But when you're in power or when you at your workplace, you're the boss. But that was very stupid for her. But like I said, that was then. So I hope 2020 or 2021 there's a political debate between Andrew Holness and Dr. Peter Philip to see who can articulate. Because those things energize the people more. It brings up voters. So I would encourage people to go vote. Lacey School is my point, the vision. G. Alistair Militants out. DJ activist politics me deal with straight to the gather straight and local. Lindsay School me polling division. Polling station, me go mark my expanded symbol. So it's out. Local politics.